So what is topology? Any idea? Did you hear this term anywhere? Topology. Guys who are not speaking, right, please mute yourselves so that we can avoid some noise. Just click on your mic button, it will be mute automatically. Thank you. Now it's very clear. Now we are discussing about topology. So topology means structure. Simple meaning of topology is structure. Yesterday we discussed the last point, right? Websphere topology is nothing but cell, node and server. Websphere topology is cell, node and server. So cell is the logical boundary or administrative unit of Websphere. Inside cell we will have node. Inside node we will have application server. That is what we discussed yesterday. In fact, Websphere has two topologies. So Rakesh, I think you selected phone. You have to select computer audio in your GoToMeeting. Yes. You able to hear me, Rakesh?
Yeah, yes, sir.
Fine. Please mute yourself. Whenever you have a question, raise it. Just listen for today. After this class, I'll talk to you. Okay. So WebSphere has two topologies basically. One is called as standalone topology. Second one is called as network deployment topology. Here we will be covering most of the terms we use in WebSphere, basic terms. Listen guys carefully. So WebSphere has two topologies. One is called as standalone topology. Second one is called as network deployment topology. So what is this standalone? What is this network deployment? See, the name itself indicates stand alone. Here it is single. What is single? Nothing but application server. Nothing but application server is single here. So that's why it is called as standalone topology. If you install this topology, if you configure this topology, the structure what you get here, you guys know already, yesterday I discussed. This is called as cell. Under cell we have a node. Under node we have a server. So if you install standalone topology, what you get is cell. Inside cell will have a node. Inside node will have a server. This server is nothing but WebSphere application server to which we do deploy our applications. This server is nothing but WebSphere application server to which we do deploy our applications. Hope it is clear guys. Standalone topology, stand alone means only one. Here we have only one server. Suppose I deployed my enterprise applications to this server 1. Let us say I deployed two applications. One is called as some online banking application. Second one is some online shopping application. I deployed these two websites, these two applications to server 1. Okay, it is working fine. All of a sudden, there are 1000 hits to the application. All of a sudden, there are 1000 hits means 1000 people are at a time accessing the application. In that case, there will be heavy load on server. In that case, there will be heavy load on server. What happens in that time? In that situation, what happens? Any guesses? Being a person, you can carry 10 kgs of weight. If I put 100 kgs on you, what happens? It's overload, right?
We deadlock.
Yeah.
Stop.
Yes.
Stop rest.
Exactly. That. So technically we call it as crash. Technically we call it as crash. Guys, please mute. Please mute. So technically it is called as crash. Of course, server stops working. That is called as crash. So because of heavy load, because of this much load, server stops working. In that case, if server is down completely, can the end user access the applications? Is the application accessible to the end user? What happens? Can the end user access application?
No.
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 Cannot, end user.
No.
Yes, obviously. So what end user receives is site is not working or site is temporarily down. If it is the case, if site is not working like this, will client allow you to work on the systems? I mean, will client accept your project? You took some project from your client. You hosted it on single application server. It is failing for every 5 minutes. Will client accept this?
No.
Obviously no, right? They simply reject. I don't want this project. That is what the client says. So that is why we need to provide extra availability, extra strength that we cannot do with standalone. That we cannot do with standalone. So standalone means only one server. There is no scope to create second server, guys. You cannot, you cannot create second server here. We have to adjust with the only existing server. We have to rely on that server only, server 1. You cannot create another server. That is the problem with standalone topology. So standalone topology means one server only you see. If that server fails, there is no backup, there is no failover. Hope I am clear with standalone topology. Any questions? Any questions here in standalone topology, guys? Hope everyone is clear with standalone topology. And here one more point I wanted to tell you. Here how many servers we see? Only one, right? Only one server we have. So it is the boss and it is the employee. I meant to say, if there is an organization, you are the only one in that organization. You yourself is the boss and you yourself is the employee. You have to take care of the administration part and you have to work on the things. If you are the only person, yes or no? If you are the only person, you have to manage, right? Yes, no, maybe.
Yes.
So there is no second choice, right? There is no second choice. You have to take care of everything. So server has to respond to application requests. At the same time, it has to take care of internal management. So there is heavy burden on application server 1. It will not process these many at a time. That is the problem with standalone topology. To overcome this problem, to come out of this issue, we do have another environment called as network deployment environment. We do have another environment called as network deployment environment. So the name itself indicates, right? It's a network. It is a network means a group. It is a network means a group. Here we have more options. So let us start with network deployment. Before going to that, if you have any questions, raise, guys. I'll give you half-minute time. If you have any questions, please unmute and ask me.
about one server, right? So when a bank application is one server and shopping cart is another server.
No,
So,
both are on same server. That is the problem.
uh,
Okay. So hope everyone is clear. Devi, Prashanti, Venkatesh, everyone. Right.
Yes.
Cool. Now let us start with network deployment topology. So in network deployment topology, we see like this. What are these boxes we call as? What are these we call as?
Nodes.
Nodes.
Excellent. These are called as nodes, right? So in network deployment topology, you can have multiple nodes. Here I just wrote 5 nodes. So you can have n number. It's up to you. You can have n number of nodes. There is no limit. Depending upon our requirement, you can create n number of nodes. Okay. So let us name them as n1, n2, n3, and n4. So let us name them as n1, n2, n3, and n4 and n5. See, in standalone topology, we already discussed, right? There is only server, so it is the boss and it is the employee. It is the decision maker. It is the decision maker and it is the worker. It has to respond to application situation, right? Yes or no? Yes or no? But in ND environment, the situation is quite different. I can say completely different. See, these nodes normally contain one server each, right? You know already that. In each node, we'll have one application server. So here also we'll have one server. Here also we'll have one server. This node also contains one server. This node also contains another server. What about this node, blue color node? See, this is designed especially for management. This is designed especially for management. And here we don't have application server. We won't have application server. Here we have only a special server called as DMGR. It is simply called as deployment manager. It is simply called as deployment manager. See, the good thing in Websphere is if you read the term, it itself gives you some meaning. All the terms we use in Websphere are self-explanatory. If you read the term deployment manager, it itself explaining its functionality, right? Obviously, it is the boss. This is the boss. This is the manager. It controls all the environment. It controls all the servers in the environment. See, in organizations, what a boss does do. Tell me. In organizations, what a boss does do. Will he work or will he manage the things? Yes, tell me.
Manage the employees.
He manages the employees. Similar way, here, deployment manager manages all the nodes and servers within this environment. That is what it does do. Clear? Are you getting me? Everyone, are you getting me?
Yeah.
So,
Yes.
cool. So, deployment manager is the boss. It manages the environment. Remember one important thing. Deployment manager cannot host applications. Deployment manager cannot host applications. We cannot deploy ER files or enterprise applications to deployment manager. The job of deployment manager is just for management. It could not host any application. For applications, you have to go to these servers only. Just blindly remember it. We cannot deploy applications to deployment manager. We always deploy applications to application servers only. Simple. Now, let us imagine the earlier situation what we had. So earlier, we deployed the application to one server, right? Let us say bank application and shop application. Here also I did the same. I deployed these two applications to server 1. Let us imagine. So if there are 1000 requests at a time on server 1, it fails, right? Earlier also it failed, now also it fails. Now what's the difference between standalone and ND? How can you differentiate in ND environment? Tell me guys. Question to you. In standalone also we deployed two applications to single server. It failed that time. In ND also I am doing the same. If it fails again here, what would be my next action? What happens internally? Any guesses?
It distributes all the traffic equally in all the servers.
Good thinking. Okay. Any other points, guys?
Will be balanced here.
Okay. Work will be balanced here. Okay, good. Any more? Any more? Speak up, Devi, Prashanti. Just go ahead. Speak up.
The request will go to the other servers as well. It will be decided by the deployment manager, I guess.
Okay. Okay. Fine. So request will be distributed. Whatever you say, your guess is correct. But it's not directly. It is not possible now because
Who uses a web server?
no. Wait. I'll tell you. See here in this scenario, there is no relationship between deployment manager and nodes. All are individual. This is standalone, this is standalone, this is standalone, and this is standalone. This DMGR did not take the control of all these nodes as of now. We have to do it first. First, what we should do, we have to add this deployment manager or these nodes to deployment manager. We have to provide a link like this first. We have to do this operation first. See, now everything is under control of deployment manager, right? Looks like same, right? Whatever I'm saying, all these nodes are controlled by deployment manager. Now once you provide this link, providing this link is technically known as federation. You able to hear me? Technically it is called as federation. Federation means adding your nodes to deployment manager node. Adding your nodes to deployment manager node. Simply saying, giving the control of our nodes to deployment manager is technically called as federation. How to federate, what to federate and all we'll see again while installing product. For now, technically it is called as federation. Now, what happens if you federate? See, after federation, there will be a special server created on each and every node called as node agent. It is called as node agent. Hope you are understanding, guys. If you have any question, stop me and ask me, no problem. This node contains a node agent.
Node agent.
Here also it contains a node agent. Here also it contains a node agent. Here also will have a node agent. So each and every node contains a node agent after federation. DMGR will not contain any node agent, guys. Only nodes contain node agent. Why? Why should a node contains node agent? See, node agent is the mediator between this application server and deployment manager. If deployment manager wants to give any instruction, or if it wants to give some data, right, it should be through node agent. That's why we'll have node agent for each node. Each node agent controls its own servers. That's it. This node agent does not communicate with the N2 node agent. N2 node agent does not communicate with N3. But all the node agents communicate with deployment manager. Any questions? Any questions, guys?
There's a middleware between the deployment manager and the server.
So it's also a JVM actually. Deployment manager is also a JVM. Application server is also a JVM. Node agent is also a JVM. But these three have their own tasks, right? See, the task of deployment manager is managing the environment. The task of application server is hosting the applications, right? It hosts the applications. We deploy applications to application servers. The task of node agent is just mediate. See, let us take our real-time scenario. Let us consider me as deployment manager. I am training you. I am giving you instructions. You guys are nodes. You guys are listening what I am saying, right? You guys are maintaining the subject. You guys are reading or writing whatever. The one who introduced you to me is the node agent. He is the mediator between you and me, right? If I want to say anything to you, I'll pass the information through him to you, right? Yes or no? Just understand like that so that it will be very easy for you. Node agent is the controller for specific servers in a node. If deployment manager wants to contact application servers, it should be through node agent. Just remember, this is as simple as I say. Node agent is the mediator between deployment manager and application server. That's it. Clear now? Any questions? Any questions, guys? Am I clear now?
Yeah.
Cool. Now, even though you have node agent, if these two applications deployed to this server, if it fails, what is the next situation? That is the question we were discussing earlier. See here, in organizations or in any environment, in organizations or outside, whatever, we never deploy application to single server. We never deploy application to single server. We always deploy applications to a group of servers. We always deploy applications to a group of servers. This group is called as, what is this group called as, baby? Any idea? What is this group called as? Okay, anyone? Venkatesh, what is this group called as?
Clustering.
Excellent. This group is called as cluster. We discussed already, guys, yesterday. The first class I discussed, I think, demo. So cluster is a group of application servers, I told you, right? So you can create a cluster by grouping all these servers together so that whenever you deploy these applications, right, these applications reside in this S1, this S1, this S1 and this S1. So all the nodes, all the servers in all the nodes contain the applications, so that whenever there are more requests, right, the requests will be distributed. Workload management will be here. High availability is here. Someone said like workload will be managed. Yes, exactly. When there are bunch of requests, the requests will be distributed to multiple servers here, so that there will be less load on each and every server. They can accept the load. This is what happens. This is called as workload management. This is possible in ND only. I mean, in this environment, network deployment environment only. Is this possible in standalone?
No.
No. In standalone, there is no question of second, right?
Yeah.
There is no question of second server, right? So there is no possibility of
Yeah.
cluster. But in ND, we have that option. Not only 4 nodes, you can create 10 nodes, 15 nodes, 100 nodes. It's up to you. And you can create cluster here. And there is one more important point, how many servers you are seeing in a node? How many servers you are seeing in a node?
One.
One,
Only
right?
one.
Only one.
Yeah.
So may not be. You can have n number of servers in each and every node. It depends on your requirement. So what I am saying is, you can create S2 here, S3 here. It's up to you. S10, S15. If you have 10 servers, if you want 10 servers, you can create 10 servers. In each node, you can create as many servers as you want. Are you getting me? In standalone, we had only one server, right? But in ND, you can have as many servers as you want. There is a scope you can create, but after node agent creation only. Before node agent, it is nothing but standalone, right? Before node agent, there is no relationship between deployment manager. After node agent creation only, you can create multiple servers. Just remember this point. After node agent creation only, you can create multiple servers. And you can create cluster like this also. These three also you can create as a cluster. Getting me, guys? Any questions? Hello? Any questions here? Did you understand how to build the environment? First of all, we are going to build all these things.
Ravi, I have one doubt.
Yep, go ahead.
In one node, we can create multiple of servers.
Yes.
If they have work, so they can distribute in that node.
Yes, that's true.
We can't move to the another node.
Obviously, right? If you have servers of other node, you can distribute to other node. If you don't have servers of other node in our cluster, request will not go automatically, right? See, in organizations, you will communicate with your team only, the things. You don't give the information to next team, right? You never discuss with the next team. Yes or no?
Yeah.
If one guy joined to your team from that team, then you will tell him, right?
Okay.
Same logic. Clear?
Yeah.
And one more point here to discuss. We do not set up all these things on a single computer. Listen, guys, we do not put all these things on a single computer, single machine. We distribute this. Means deployment manager I'll keep on one machine. N1 I'll keep on another machine, N2 on another machine, N3 on another machine, N4 on another machine. So deployment manager Ravi installs on his machine. N1 on Venkatesh machine, N2 on Aziz machine, N3 on Devi's machine, N4 on some other machine. Like this we build the environment. Can you guess why? Why should I go for multiple systems? Why can't in a single system?
One system will crash.
Sorry? One system?
It based on the system requirements.
Right. That's true. We cannot put 100 people in a single room, right? What happens if you keep so many issues, right? So if you keep these many servers on a single machine, if you start these many servers, your system will die. Simply saying, it will not come up because these servers consume your RAM memory, guys. In organization level, each server needs a 1 GB RAM minimum. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, DMGR 7, 4 node agents, 11 servers here, right? All are JVMs only. 11 GB you need. So usually what happens if you don't have 11 GB? System will not come up. That is the problem. And if the system fails because of some reason, everything goes down, right? Yes or no? If system is rebooted or system is down for some reason, everything goes down, environment will be down. But if you distribute the environment, if you keep DMGR on one machine, N1 on one machine, N2 on another machine, like this, even though one machine goes down, there is no problem, right? If N1 goes down, any problem? You have N2, N3, N4. Application requests will go to N2 servers, N3 servers, and N4 servers as they are in cluster. No issue. Getting me, guys? Getting me, guys?
Yeah.
So I'm just talking in terms of system availability. If you question yourself, why can't I host all these things on a single computer? Technically, you can. In class also, we do the same. You can host everything on a single machine. But at organization level, we do not do that. We distribute the environment. We go to multiple machines and we install it on multiple machines. Okay? Is that clear? Am I clear, guys, everyone? Any questions here?
Here, how the clustering works here? I mean, like the deployment manager works as a web server, or
No.
you need to.
No. Deployment manager never take care of application requests. Okay. So we have to configure a web server externally. We have to configure a web server externally so that whenever the end user gives a request, it falls on web server. Web server decides the request, whether it is static content or dynamic content. If it is static content, it itself can give the reply. If it is dynamic content, then it sends to application servers in cluster. I think, is that Sri Chan
No,
or
it's Venkat.
Venkat? Venkatesh, we discussed yesterday, right?
Yeah.
So that is what same happens. Web server is apart from Websphere. It is not the component of Websphere, remember. It is third-party software. It is not included in Websphere. Don't think Websphere has web server. We have to install web server separately. DMGR is nowhere related to web server activity. DMGR is just internal management. That's it. Outside management, it does not take care.
Okay.
Guys, anyone? Any question? Any questions,
This
guys?
will work.
Sorry? Sorry?
Cluster is work here. The role of the cluster here.
The role of the cluster here is it makes your application available all the time. Single point. If you want me to say in a single point, our application will be available all the time. Even though N1 goes down, N2 goes down, no problem. N3 and N4 are available. And if there are n number of requests at a time, no worries. It can bear. It can handle. That is the role of the cluster. Clear? Is it clear?
Okay.
Yeah. So that is the story of network deployment environment, guys. So in network deployment, DMGR is the boss, and all the application servers are under DMGR. Each node has a node agent, and in each node you can create multiple servers, and we can form a cluster for high availability and workload management. These features are absent in standalone. That's why 100% in organizations we go for this only. 100% we go for network deployment only. You tell me which one is the best, standalone or ND?
ND.
Obviously ND, right? So we always go with ND environments. We never go with standalone. So this complete environment is now called as a cell. So I can say cell is the administration unit, or your complete environment is called as a cell. In cell you have nodes, inside nodes you have servers. That's it. Cell, nodes, servers. These three terms you need to remember. Every day you hear this. Okay, cell is the complete environment of WebSphere. Let us say your organization is a cell. The management and all, right, you'll have separately. There will be different working stations, wings in organizations. Those are different nodes. In each node we'll have multiple servers. Correct or not? This is simply called as ND. Take a minute and think. If you have any questions, ask me. I'll go to next point.
I have a question.
Yep, go ahead.
Yeah. Do you have any specific standards that a node agent should contain this many number of servers?
No. No.
Okay.
No specific. In my environment, right, I'm maintaining an application. It's a huge application. I do
Okay.
have around 1200 node agents.
Okay.
Okay, means 1200 machines, obviously, right?
Okay.
Each node will host
Yeah.
on a machine, and each machine contains 4 application servers. 1200 into 4. 4800 application servers I'm maintaining for my application.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So there is no specific number. Okay, it depends on your requirement completely.
Okay.
Any more questions, guys? Yeah, go ahead.
Yes, I have one more question. Where should we use the standalone? Is there any company is using that?
We do have standalones as well. I know. I gave a corporate training for one of the companies. There they are
Okay.
using standalones only. What they were using, they are installing standalone 10 times and 15 times, so that they'll get 15 servers, right?
Yes.
So they are deploying the same application to 15 servers, so that application will be available on 15 servers. They are managing the traffic by using a load balancer, and they are sending some requests to first, some requests to second, some requests to third, like that. That is what they are doing. But if that server fails in the middle, there will be no, availability. The data will be loose. They'll lose the data and data will be lost. They have to go to another server again. There will not be session management and all. That is what they were doing. Maybe 2 years ago or so, I saw that environment. There are standalones. See, if you can't afford to buy ND, you can go with standalone, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Any more questions? Now, let us discuss few more points again. So, why we use DMGR, guys? Tell me, why we use DMGR? What is our understanding on DMGR, Deployment Manager?
He manages the number of servers, number of
Okay.
nodes.
Okay. Okay. Any other? Any other?
We'll manage the environment.
to manage the environment. Good.
To control all these servers.
To control all these servers, that is true.
To check the status between one node to one node.
One node to one node may not be. So to check the status between one node to one node, DMGR doesn't work for that. That is not DMGR's job. Okay, it will not check the status, but it controls. That's it. For status purpose, we can use node agent. That is secondary. I'll discuss later. Okay, whatever you said is completely correct, 100%. I'll tell you another thing. We are going to discuss a few dependencies now. So here I am taking 3 servers: DMGR, node agent, application server. Okay. So let us imagine DMGR is down, means DMGR is stopped. See, if it is down, I keep D. If it is up, I keep U. And node agent is up. Application server is also up. Up means running. They are running. D means down. It is stopped. Okay. So here, can I access the application? That is my question. I deployed application to server 1, guys. Bank application is running in server 1. DMGR is down. Can I access the application?
Yeah, but only to minimum number of customers, maybe.
Why minimum? When you can go to n number, right? Of course, let us say it is a cluster environment, may not be a server. Then no answers, guys. Come on, think. Okay, I'll put it in this way. Try to understand. The manager of the organization is on leave. Will the employees work or not? No, it is easy for you to tell. Tell me. The boss is on leave. Will you work or not? You work, right? Yes, no?
Yes.
Yeah.
Obviously, see, application resides in application server, not in deployment manager. I think I made it clear. So, even though deployment manager is not working, even though it is down, end users can access the application. End users can access the application. That is there always. So, no worries. Application is available all the time. Is it clear, guys, everyone? Now, let us imagine the same situation. Deployment manager is not working, node agent is working, and server is working. Can I deploy a new application to server? Can I deploy a new application to server? Okay, boss is on leave. Okay, can you take a new employee of your own by taking your own decision?
No.
No, right? Same thing. If deployment manager is down, right, you cannot make any change to the environment. Listen, guys, this is very, very important in Websphere. If deployment manager is down, if DMGR is not working, means you cannot make any single change in the environment. Okay? You cannot create a server, you cannot deploy an application, you cannot create a cluster, you cannot enable security, nothing. There is nothing. No new change can be done without deployment manager. We can't make new changes without deployment manager. But we can use the existing things. That is what we discussed earlier, right? We can use the existing things, but you cannot make new changes. That is the problem if deployment manager is not there. Hope I am clear, guys. 2 points. If deployment manager is down, you cannot make a new change, but still you can access the existing application. Any questions? Okay, fine. Now deployment manager is up, server is down. Same question. Can I access the application?
No.
No, 100% no, right? Because application resides in application server. If application server goes down, there is nothing to do. So no, simply no. You cannot access the application if application server goes down. Now, can I deploy an application? Can I deploy an application? Speak up, guys. Can I deploy an application? See, for application deployment, you just need DMGR to be available. Okay, application server status nowhere related to deployment. Of course, whenever you start that server, application will be available that time, but you can deploy before. If deployment manager is fine, if it is running, you can deploy application. Yes, we can. Even though application server is down, we can deploy applications. In fact, in organizations, we do this only. We just make all the environment down except deployment manager, then we deploy the application, and then we restart everything. This is what our general practice in organizations. Right. This is the second situation. We discussed about deployment manager state and application server state. Now I move to node agent. Node agent is down. Can I deploy the application? Node agent is down. Can I deploy the application?
Yes, we can.
We can, because deployment manager is running. You can deploy the application. That is fine. No way, no problem. And can I access the application?
No.
No, because the application server is down. You cannot access the application. Let us imagine this situation. Application server is also running. Can I deploy the new application?
Yeah, you can deploy.
I can deploy the new application. Can I access the application?
No. No.
Why no?
Like node agent.
Guys, your answers. Server is running. Deployment manager is running. If I deploy an application, can I access that application? Need your answer, guys. Please speak up. If you interact right, you will remember the subject. That's why I'm doing this. I can go ahead and say all these things in a straight line, but I'm taking break in order to involve you. Please get involved so that you will remember forever. You don't need to read. Try to explore. Deployment manager is running. Server is running. Node agent is down. I can deploy application. That is sure. That is for sure. If I deploy the application, can I access it? Is the question.
Yes,
Yes?
because yes, node agent is nothing but it's a link between
Mm-hmm.
deployment manager and servers. So
Okay.
it has no access of so it's not it is nothing to do with the access, right?
Okay. Fine. I'll open the thing here. See, node agent is the mediator between deployment manager and application server. I told you already. Okay. If you give some new information, that is through deployment manager. Deployment manager only can do new things, right? So those changes should go to application server via node agent, through node agent only. See, HR gives you a hike, but who says you? Your manager says you, right? So there is a mediation. Similarly, if deployment manager gives some data, if the data wants to be accessed by application server, node agent should be giving the data. So if node agent is down, new data will not go to application server, but application server can run with the existing data. I mean to say, if there is already one bank application in application server, it continues to run and user can access it. But if you deploy another new application called a shopping cart to application server by using DMGR, right? It will not go to application server because node agent is down. If node agent is running, right, then that new code will go to application server and it continues to serve new application as well. Making sense, guys?
Yeah.
So as far as node agent down, new data will not go to application server, but application server continue to work with the existing data. That is the point you need to remember. Is everyone clear? Any questions? Take a minute. Take a minute and ask me if you have any questions, because if you don't understand these three dependencies, you will confuse a lot in day-to-day activities. That's why I took so much of time to explain all these dependencies. Just check DMGR, node agent, and application server. Just check these 3 points, and if you have any question in your mind, ask me. Guys, my intention is to make you clear whatever I say. Okay, I just don't say and leave. Just ask me back if you have any question. I'll clarify twice or thrice, no problem. Okay, I hope everyone is clear with this. Good. This is network deployment topology, guys. We have two topologies, standalone and network deployment. So this is network deployment topology. See, Websphere offers 3 software packages mainly. Websphere offers 3 software packages. One is called as Express, second one is Base, third one is ND. Express, Base, and ND. So when you go for these packages, right, what are these packages? See, if you purchase antivirus outside, they say 1 user, 2 user, 3 user for 1 year, 2 years and all, right? Yes or no? Similarly, Websphere also offers you 3 different kinds of packages: Express, Base, and ND. If you go for Express or Base, you get standalone topology. If you go for Express or Base, you get standalone topology. And if you go for ND package, you get network deployment topology. Which one is best?
ND.
Obviously ND. You may ask me a question, Ravi, when you say Express and Base both are same, both are giving standalone, then what's the difference between Express and Base? See, the license will vary. If you purchase Express, right, you can install it only on 2 machines. Whereas if you purchase Base software, you can install it on n number of machines, n number of times. License will vary. That's it. Both are standalone only. Okay. So most of the times, I can say 99.99%, we use ND only, guys. Okay. We never use standalone in organizations. As far as I saw, very few organizations use standalone, but mostly we work with ND only. Are we clear? Okay, while we are installing, you will see all these things. Do not worry. Now, last point for today. I'll wind up in 2 minutes, 3 minutes. Just give me 2 minutes. Let us imagine this is our application server, server 1. I deployed a bank application here. Okay. How to access this application, guys? Tell me. How do you access this application? How do we access the applications? How do you access online banking? By using a browser. First, by using a browser, right? You use a browser, yes or no? Firefox or IE, whatever. You type the URL, HTTP or HTTPS request you give to access application in application server. Any question here? We use a browser, right? Or in the same way, you can use a web server as well. The browser requests may go to web server. From web server also you may contact application server. This is also one point. And these days we are having mobile apps, right? By using mobile app also you are accessing the same bank application. Yes or no? Is it different data what you see in mobile app? Guys, are you understanding me? You can access the bank application by opening a browser on your computer or laptop. The same application you can use on your mobile also, right?
Yeah.
Are you seeing same contact list, same data, or different data?
Same data.
Same data. So again, in turn, it communicates with your application only, but the interface is different. That's it. So in the first case, the protocol we use is HTTP or HTTPS. S is optional, secure or non-secure. And in the second case, it uses RMI, remote method invocation. It can also access your application, and there will be some messaging clients. Let us take your mobile. Whenever you access your bank application, it drops a message to you, right? So your mobile is a messaging client. So these will also get the messages from application server. So it is one of the clients to your application server. It uses JMS to get the messages. Hope you remember what is JMS, Java Messaging Service. So like this, these are different clients that access the application in application server. You may have web clients, nothing but browser clients. You may have some app clients, maybe some app clients, Java clients, and messaging clients communicate with application server. And in the backend, let us come to backside. So in order to process your data, like in order to transfer your funds or add your funds, application server has to maintain a database. Yes or no? Yes or no? It has to maintain a database to save your username, password, your data, your date of birth, everything, right? Your amount, your transactions. So for that, application server uses what it uses to connect with the database, guys? Anyone?
DBMS.
JDBC.
JDBC, excellent. So it uses JDBC in order to talk to database. And suppose I want some other service from application server. It may contact SAP servers, PeopleSoft technologies, different technologies also in turn, right? So it may generate reports by communicating with those also. What I'm saying, my intention is to say application server accept the request from multiple clients. Application server, here don't think application, just think of application server. Application server hosts the application, and whenever the end user or clients access the application server gets those requests and it processes those requests by communicating with backend environments. So if you closely observe, I can say this is as front end tier or tier 0 we call it as, and this is as backend. Tier 2 we call it as, and this is the middleware. This is the middleware. So it stands in the middle to provide the responses. That's why WebSphere is purely a middleware technology. You got my point, guys? It accepts the request from clients and it processes by communicating with backend servers. That's why it is purely a middleware technology. Simple. This is the outer architecture of WebSphere, not the inner architecture. Inner architecture we'll discuss again. This is the outside architecture, how it looks like. Any questions? Any questions?
What do you mean by a profile in WebSphere?
That I'll cover.
Same as a node? Okay.
Yeah. Simple. That is node only. That is node only. After installation only you can understand that. That's why I didn't discuss. Okay. Cell node server. This is called as a profile.
Okay.
Yeah. Are we clear, guys? The terms we discussed today are very important. So probably our next class will be installation of WebSphere. There you will see different things. I'll explain you those things that time. Hope today's class is clear.
Yeah.
Fine. So tomorrow I'll not be taking any class. It's Sunday. Again Monday, same time. Thanks for joining on time today, everyone. So please maintain the same so that we can complete everything on time. Okay. Thank you, guys. Thanks for your time. If possible, just go through Google.
Next class will be on day after.
So installation, we are going to install the product. We are going to install WebSphere on the machine. Sorry?
Means we need to get ready with our laptops to install that one. Just we need to listen.
No, first listen. I suggest you to listen for 5 to 6 days. Then only you will start understanding the subject. Because you know, WebSphere, while you are listening to me, it is fine. If you read tomorrow again, it leads to some confusion. So it takes 5 to 6 days for you to understand the subject first. Then start installing. I'll share the software. Okay? Don't do along with me. Yeah, good.
Tomorrow?
No class tomorrow. No class tomorrow. Tomorrow is Sunday. I don't take classes. Monday we'll meet again. Someone is asking a question.
Topologies is the first class, or you have said anything before that?
Yeah, actually we had a class yesterday. That is another set of basics class. I'll discuss with you actually. After this class, I'll discuss with you two guys.
Oh.
Okay, please hang on. So any more questions, guys? So have a nice weekend. So we'll meet on Monday. Aziz, Devi, Prashanti and Venkat. We'll meet on Monday. Okay?
Okay, thank you.
Yep. Thank you.
Fine, guys. Thank you. You can log off. And Rakesh and Srijan, just stay back. Okay. Hi, Rakesh. Hi, Srijan. Hi. Can you guys introduce yourself quickly? Sorry, I didn't take your introduction because it's time. So that's why I'm asking now. Please go ahead. Rakesh, what about you?
My name is Venkapavan Rakesh.
Okay.
I'm from Texas.
Okay.
What else you need?
No, your technical stuff and why you opted for WebSphere. That is what I want.
Okay. We are from non-IT background.
Oh, okay.
So we are not that much. We feel that we are not that much good in programming. So we have got researched in other kind.
Okay.
So we have got up with some of the databases like big data,
Oh, okay.
WebLogic, and we
Okay.
came across Websphere.
Okay.
Our consultancy guys, they have given the Websphere as one of that, so we have decided to get that.
Excellent. Good option, actually. WebSphere is a good option for non-programming guys. To be frank, I hate programming. I know programming,
Oh,
but I hate programming. That's why I switched to
yeah.
WebSphere 5 years ago.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, good. Richard, can you introduce yourself?
Yeah, hi, this is Srichand, and we are like we came both together,
Oh,
and I'm
both
in Texas
together.
too.
Fine then. Okay.
Yeah, even we did like groundwork together.
Okay.
Actually, we decided to learn like WebLogic,
That is
both of
also
my
same.
skills.
That is also same. I'll tell you.
Okay.
See, if you go for outside market for a mobile purchase, you have iPhone and OnePlus and Samsung, many types, but right? But phone functionality remains same. See,
Yeah.
WebSphere is an application server. It is from IBM. Oracle is also an application server. It is from Oracle. Vendor is different, but functionality is same. These points, whatever I discussed today, right? Almost same in WebLogic.
Yeah.
So both are also same, but WebSphere has a huge market comparatively, I can say.
Okay.
Yeah. So
So what
How
about the JBoss?
JBoss is also an application server. It is from Red Hat Linux. Those guys are giving support to JBoss. It
Okay.
is also an application server. All the features, whatever we discussed today, also will be in JBoss. But
Oh,
WebLogic, JBoss, these nowadays came into the picture from past 3 years or so. Earlier, WebSphere is the ruler.
okay.
You know what? WebLogic was from an organization called as B earlier. There is an organization called as BEAB. But Oracle acquired WebLogic. But
Okay.
WebSphere is the standard product of IBM from years. So that's why, the people who are using WebSphere, right, they don't migrate or they don't switch quickly. Almost all top MNCs are using WebSphere. You might know. Why should I tell? Your consultancy guys must have
Yeah.
spoken to you. Fine, there is no problem. There is no programming as you discussed. Yes, there is no programming here. It is completely administration. It's like playing a game, right?
Okay.
You just click, submit, next, finish. That kind of stuff you will see here. So no
Okay.
programming. Don't expect any programming. You will easily learn it because you know what? I trained the guys who are from B Pharmacy background and MBA background, who doesn't know even what is a computer. So it
Okay.
doesn't matter at all for you. You can easily understand it. See today how you felt when I'm saying. You understood the concept, right?
Yeah.
So
Everything is good
basically,
today.
yeah, basically WebSphere is an application server that hosts enterprise applications. Means the applications you are using nowadays outside, right? Shopping carts, online booking things, wherever there is a money transaction, right? That is an enterprise application. So to host these enterprise applications, we need WebSphere. That's it. Got it?
Yeah.
I have the doubt.
Yeah.
There are some websites have dynamic and static. What exactly mean
I'll
dynamic
tell
and
you.
static?
I'll tell you. See, there are three types of applications. Okay. There are three types of applications. One is called as a standalone or desktop. Second one is web. Third one is enterprise. Standalone means you guys are using VLC player, right, to watch movies or media player, whatever. Yes or no?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Yes.
those kind of software run on your machine only. Those software run on your machine only, and the guy who sits on that machine only access that software, right? Yes or no? I can't access VLC player on your machine along with you at a time. Agree?
Yeah.
So these are called as standalone applications or desktop applications. Only one guy can access them. But if you go for www.abcd.com website, okay, it can be accessed by multiple people at a time, right?
Yeah.
And at the same time, it is not hosted on your desktop, right? Usually we host web applications in web servers like Tomcat, Apache. You might have heard these.
Yeah.
IIS, Sun1. These are all called as web servers. To host them, we use web servers. So what typically you see in a website, let us take a organization website, ravi.com. What you see in that about the organization, gallery of the organization, contact us, highlights, clients. Apart from that, do you see anything? You don't see
Contact
anything but
details.
contact details. See, whatever you click, it displays something, right? Apart
Yeah.
from that, does it show you anything else?
No.
No, it doesn't send you a message. It doesn't ask you to log in. Nothing, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
those are web applications, just request response. Apart from that, you don't see anything there. But when you go to online banking or online shopping, to do anything first you have to log in, right?
Yeah.
First you have to log in. You have to get the data. You have to connect to database. When you make a transaction, you will get a message. Yes or no? And
Yeah.
these kind of applications, if they go down, there will be a business loss. Whereas web applications may not cause business loss. Yes or no?
Okay. Yeah.
So these kind of applications are called as enterprise applications. Big applications, large volume applications. So for these kind of applications, we need application servers like Websphere, WebLogic, JPOS, etc.
Okay.
Got it now? I hope you are
Yeah.
clear now. So you can use any application server. The bottom line will be same. Application hosting. Getting me? Application hosting is the bottom line of any application server. So even though you go for Websphere or WebLogic, they do the same.
Okay.
Yep. Now you are clear why we use application server? Now did you
Yes.
understand what is static and what is dynamic?
Yes.
Yep. So actually I gave this demo to these guys. Yesterday we had one class, one set of basics class. Today is the
Okay.
second class. I'll send you yesterday's video to you. Just listen to that. If you have any question, I'll explain again. That is very straightforward video. You can understand everything. Whatever you hear today, the same way you understand that video as well.
Okay.
Clear?
Yeah.
Yeah. Any more questions you have?
Yeah.